straps, along with these that hold it together, really are to represent what we talked about, which are onyx stones. So these would be precious stones made out of onyx on each side, with the 12 names of the tribes of Israel inscribed. So the first eldest 6 sons and then the 6 younger sons would both be inscribed. And we talked about that last week, how those stones rested upon the shoulders of the high priest as a reminder that all of our lives should rest, all of our cares and concerns should be resting on our high priest, not on us. So if you're stressed out about anything in life, if you're anything is overwhelming, anxiety, depression, all of those things are indicators. They're like red flags letting you know you're carrying what should be on Jesus' shoulders. Okay? If your mind is overwhelmed, that means that you're thinking about things that Jesus should be carrying, not you. You need to find the rhythm to be able to, like the Apostle Peter told us, to cast your cares upon him. We say, Pastor Pete, it's easy for you to say you're not the one going through it. You're right. But you also don't know what I go through. And so what I can tell you is, it is to your benefit that when you feel stressed and overwhelmed, not to continue to think about these things, but rather pray about it. And the moment you speak it out, your high priest takes it. And every time you feel the pressure that Satan tempts you to hold it in your mind and let it fall in your heart, you don't. Just, Lord, I cast these thoughts of stress upon you. Lord, I take this anxiety and cast it upon you. Lord, these problems that are overwhelming me, I cast them upon you. And if it takes you 10 visits a day, then that's what you do. Because if you were sick and the doctor told you take this 3 times a day, you do it. And you're expecting to get better. That's the word of a man. Imagine how much more the word of God. If that's what he gives you a prescription, that's what we do. Along with that, we talked about what it was made of, the different colors and the different material. We talked about that it was made out of fine linen. But in the midst of the fine linen, there were gold sheets that were finely hammered. And then there were small threads that were cut from that gold, and it was woven in. And that's why you see a little bit of the yellow color on our high priest model here this morning, because there's supposed to be gold woven into his garments. So you see the gold in the ephod. So the ephod was made up of the breastplate, all this, and the skirt, all the way as one piece would be worn, and actually could be taken off and hung up until it was needed. So the high priest would not necessarily wear this 24/7. Obviously, he needs to be able to be comfortable, but he could take this off as one piece, okay? And he would keep the rest of his robes. And he has a blue robe as well that goes underneath the ephod, but goes over a white robe that he wears made out of linen. And so he actually has 2 robes on right now, just like the high priest did. So it's not just one, there's 2 different robes, okay? And all of these items, we've been, like I said, talking in detail of how they represent Jesus. So today, before we get into the stone, the precious stones, and what it means, the urim and thummim that the Bible mentions were hidden in a small pouch behind the breastplate. And how does that apply to you, especially in your life when you want to know the will of God? If you've ever had a decision, Lord, do I go left? Do I go right? Lord, do I marry this person? Do I not? Is this a good relationship to have? Is this a person that should be a friend in my life? Should I give in this direction? Should I give in that direction? Lord, do I stop? Do I say something? Do I not? When you're in need of direction, back in the day, what they would do is they would use this to find out the will of God. For us today, there's something different, which we'll be talking about to give you a little bit of clarity, but just so that you understand that there are answers for you, even as you look at the garments of the high priest, that these are the answers that are found only in Christ.